Thank you for coming back to my channel for your stimulus check and stimulus package update. Please subscribe to my channel. Please leave your thumbs up and please leave your comments. First of all, thank you so much for all the support that you give me on this channel. I really do appreciate you for that. Thank you so much. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, WhatsApp, anything like that that you see in my comments and it's got my name and a picture of me on it, please know that is not me. That is imposters doing this. Don't fall for it. Don't follow them with anything. Okay, y'all. Today I'm going to wear my black shirt because I'm telling you right now, most of this news that you're going to hear today, you don't want to hear, but you need to hear. So please stay tuned. I do have a little bit of good news and I'm going to give that to you first. And then after I tell you the bad news, then I'm going to get into some questions and answers. Okay. Some good news on the border crisis. The Biden administration is sending more border agents to our southern border to start sending illegal criminals back to their home countries. I call them illegal criminals because once they cross our border, they're first thing they're doing when they enter our country is breaking our laws. So in my eyes, they're illegal criminals. But they are going to send them back to their home countries. I don't know how many, don't know what steps they have to take to do this, but they're sending more border patrols down there to take care of this. But what they're going to do, of course, is going to be coming out of your tax money. Buying their plane tickets, buying their bus tickets. Now, if they was just going back to Mexico, where they came through at, that would be one thing. That wouldn't be expensive at all. Just open the gate and say, y'all get back over there. But people are not coming through Mexico because they're Mexicans. They're coming through Mexico because that's our open border. They're coming from all around the world. They're just coming through Mexico. So we're going to be flying these people all over the world on your dime. They're doing this and they're using, the reason for doing this is the public health policy, because they're bringing disease to our country. Y'all, this is just my opinion. So, like I told you yesterday, everybody's got one. But wouldn't it be a lot less money spent doing this if we done this instead? Our young military, they still need training, right? Well, we send them all around the world for training, and we train them here in our own bases. Wouldn't it make more sense to send these young militaries down to our southern border and let them get their training down there on how to police, how to keep people from coming into our country? Because the Border Patrol just can't do it. It's not enough of them. Even though we're sending more down there, it's not enough of them. It's more of the people crossing over than it is the Border Patrols, and they can't do it. But if they sent our young military down there, the ones that still need training, as a police force, they could get something done. Because we're paying these military people anyway to get training in other places. Why don't we train them there and pay them there? Just makes sense to me. Y'all let me know what you think about this. This article that I found about this, I will link it in the description box below if you want to read it. Y'all, I think it was 2 days ago I told you that Trump can't ride back into town and save the day. Well, I was thinking about it and I might be wrong there, and I want to tell you a scenario where he could actually do it. I told you that if our military took over the White House, General Milley would be in charge. That might not be true. I might have told you wrong there. I'm not sure. But I believe if the military takes over, then they will appoint their leader. And that leader could be anyone. Whether you like Trump or not, it would most likely be Trump. But it could be anyone. And it certainly wouldn't be Kamala Harris or Nancy Pelosi. So that is a good thing if they could do that, but really and truly, do we want to see that happen in our country? I don't. I mean, the chances of this happening is slim to none, so I wouldn't even put a lot of thought into it if I was you. But I certainly don't want to see that happen in my country. It could very well happen. Okay, now we're going to get to the bad news, and then after the bad news, I'm going to get into some questions and answers. Janet Yellen, the Secretary of Treasury, said that the government is running out of money fast. If they don't raise a debt ceiling, the United States government will run completely out of money by October and will not be able to fulfill its obligations. But they're sending $64 million to Afghanistan. Y'all, something smells like a big pile of bullshit here to me. And it don't smell good. Here's an idea. Don't raise the debt ceiling and stop sending other countries money. And as far as Afghanistan goes, the thing that we should be thinking about sending over there is just how many bombs could we send to take care of the Taliban? That's what we should be concentrating on. And to let you know, if the government runs out of money, Medicare will be one of the things to end if the federal government runs out of money. But y'all, Medicare will be ending. It'd be for a short time, but can you do without Medicare even for 1 month? I don't think you can. But I'm going to remind you, $64 million to Afghanistan. Medicare is funded in this way. 2/3 of Medicare is funded by the federal government. 1/3 is funded by your state. So if the federal government runs out of money, there goes your Medicare. Food stamps, food stamp program, SNAP benefits could also see cuts if the federal government runs out of money, as it is funded by the federal government but managed through your state. Food stamps and SNAP benefits could be ending. Now these ends would only be for maybe a month, if that. But can you afford for it to end even a day? Some people at the end of the month, they're waiting for that food stamp card to come in so they can get to the grocery store and feed their kids. One day is too much. So if you depend on Medicaid or food stamps or both, you should be mad as hell right now. Because let me remind you again, $64 million to Afghanistan. Not to mention all the millions we spend on illegal criminals crossing our southern border. And that's thanks to Joe Biden stopping the construction of the border wall when it was already paid for. With the time crunch on right now on getting things done and the federal government running out of money, the only thing I can see them doing to fix this in the short term is raise the ceiling, the debt ceiling, and putting us further in debt because they are wasting our tax money. Just something to think about, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna get into a few. I got 5 questions I'm going to answer here. Y'all, I don't know if it's okay with y'all or not, but when I answer your questions, I'm going to call your name. Today is the first time I'm doing this, and if you don't like me doing that, please let me know and I won't do it anymore. Andrew Gorg, I think is how you say that last name, said in my comments yesterday, that when the lawmakers go on vacation, that's when the people needs to go picket their homes. Yeah, I agree with you. We need to go to their homes and picket when they go on vacation, because that's where they're going to be at. We can get closer to them, because you're not going to get close to the White House. But now don't forget, when you're doing that, they're also going to be in their local offices. You need to picket their local offices also. Reba Garger, y'all, I'm sorry if I butcher your name, ask, for senior citizens who don't file income tax, how will they get their adult tax credit if it happens? Well, if it happens, because it's not happening yet. If it happens, all you would do is just file your income tax. A lot of people are scared to file income tax. They think it's going to cost them something. But if you normally don't file income tax and you're way below the average pay that you have to make to file income tax, just file your income tax. It won't cost you anything. It'll only take a few minutes. And that will give them your information to send you your your adult tax credit if it happens. Also, if you hadn't got your third stimulus check, it could be because you don't file income tax and they don't know where you're at or who you are. Fill out an income tax return and send it in. Brian Lee Enders asked, if there is $1.77 billion in unclaimed and uncashed stimulus checks to date, why can't they use this money for stimulus checks for people on Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA? Well, I don't know what they would say the reason for that would be, but I'm going to tell you the reason I think it is. Because these states and these politicians, they don't want to give that money up. They're trying to figure out ways to use it for their pet projects. Harold Rose said that Biden should keep his promise on $200 raise for Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and VA. Harold, Joe Biden is no different than any other politician that ever walked the face of the earth. They all lie to get in office. Every one of them. The politicians that I like, I'll be the first to admit, they lie to get in office. The thing we have to do when we go to the polls is pick out the best liar, the one that we think is going to do the best thing. But they're all liars, every single one of them. There's not a politician in the world that don't lie to get in office. Jamie Sneath, I know I messed that name up. I'm sorry, Jamie. Said the people that gets child tax credit will just be buying new cars with that money and the kids won't get the money. Well, Jamie, if the adults get a tax credit, people's going to be saying that all they done is went out and buy a television. Well, some of them will. Some of them really needs this money to get by, but some of them are homebound and a television is the only entertainment they get. Just like the car that you mentioned for the child tax credit. That child will be taken back and forth to school with that car. That child will be taken back and forth to the doctor with that car. The mother will be buying groceries for the family with that car. So these people that get these tax credits, it's their money. It's their business what they do with that money. If you have kids, or if you had kids, and when you filled your income tax out and you got a child tax credit, because we all did on our income tax, what would you thought if people told you how you could spend your money? It's not our business what they do with their money. Y'all, please comment below. Start your comments with "We the People" if you want it put over on the website. The The links to the website and the Facebook group is in the description box below. If you want to join the Facebook group, you do have to answer one question, but we will take your comment to the website if you put "We the People" on it. Also, the article about the border wall, I will put it in the description box below so you can read the article so you'll know what I'm saying was right. Y'all, I love you all. Keep your faith with Jesus Christ. He will get us through all of this. I don't think it's going to be much longer. Say a prayer for our world. Say a prayer for our country. Say a prayer for our leaders. Even though they're not leading, we still need to pray for them so they can lead. Also, say a prayer for everyone around the world hurting through COVID, financial hardship, or any other affliction. And just know I love you all. And I hope I don't have to wear this black shirt again for a long time. We need some good news. I love you all. Ciao.